Hey now, in our home, our children absolutely love any sort of chocolate hazelnut spread. Doesn't even matter the brand, they just love it. They put on anything they can, whether it's pancakes, waffles, toast, sandwiches, anything, they love it. Now, taking a look at the store-bought chocolate hazelnut spreads, you see there's sort of a longer list of ingredients on there. We wanted to make something around here that was definitely a little bit simpler. We know exactly what's in it. The recipe that we've got is quite easy to do. It takes a little bit of time with the food processor, but beyond that, there's a lot of versatility in the ingredients, and the kids love it, so let's make it. Now, of course, we can't make this without hazelnuts, so I've got 2 cups, or this is actually about 275 grams. I also just did the weight on that because when you're talking about something like this, the volumetric measurements aren't always super precise. So 275 grams of those hazelnuts. I'm getting them onto a lined baking sheet here. We're going to get them into the oven. I have it preheated, and we're going to get these roasted just until they start to brown up a little bit. So I had these in there for 10 minutes. Usually anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes is enough to get these so that they're just starting to brown up and they're nicely roasted. They smell really good. Now we want to get the skins off here. A good trick for this is to just put them into a bowl, cover it with a second bowl like this, and cover your ears. So a good amount of that skin has come off here. Then I'm just going to place the rest of these into a towel here and give them a really good rub, and hopefully that will get rid of most of the rest of those skins. Well, these are some of the more stubborn hazelnuts that I've dealt with here. However, we did get a good amount of those skins out. Now for what is the lengthiest part of this operation, but perhaps the easiest, is simply getting those hazelnuts into a food processor here. You could also use perhaps like a Vitamix or some other appliance like that that is really good at processing things. But we're going to get this turned on here, and this is going to take a while because we are waiting for it to turn to butter. Now, the trick here with the food processing is that you are wanting to get it so that you get all of the chunks out and that it is essentially a smooth sort of butter-like texture here. Just like this here, so there are no chunks left in it. It is all completely smooth. It's very liquidy right now, but that is going to change. For me, that took about 12 minutes, and I stopped about every minute or two and just sort of scraped down the sides a little bit just to make sure that nothing was sort of getting stuck up along there. And now we are ready to add the rest of our ingredients. So we're going with a 1/4 cup of cocoa. We want a 1/3 cup of sweetener. We're going with coconut sugar here. You definitely have some options with this. You could go with date sugar as well if you're trying to also kind of keep it sort of a more healthier kind of sugar. Even just white table sugar would work for this. You could also go with something more liquidy. You could go with honey, or you could have maple syrup or something like that. But you might wind up with a finished product that's not quite as easy to spread and whatnot the way that you might like it. So we like coconut sugar here. If you haven't had this, this is really nice. It's sort of like a brown sugar, but almost has kind of like a more caramel taste to it. So 1/3 cup of that. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And we will resume blending. Now, after 5 minutes of mixing here, we've got this beautiful chocolate hazelnut spread. You can see though that it is a bit runnier than you would typically find in store-bought hazelnut spread. If you're fine with that, then you're good to go. This here only has those 5 ingredients in it. It's very, very simple, and it is very delicious. Now, you can tweak it a bit though if you want, which you can do by adding oil to it. Now, the store-bought ones typically have a lot of palm oil or something like that in there. What I'm going to go with here is some coconut oil, which is really quite a bit better for you here. And I'll add that, and I'll resume mixing. Then, after blending that for another 3 or 4 minutes here, we can see it's just a little bit creamier and flows just a little bit nicer. Now, if you are wanting to add a 6th ingredient, but you're not wanting oil, some people like to add some form of milk to this as well, as opposed to say like 1 to 2 tablespoons of the oil. I only used 1. Some people like to add even up to a 1/2 cup of say milk, or like almond milk, soy milk, something like that. Now, if you are adding some form of milk, that's probably going to reduce your shelf life of this, but really you just want to go with your preferences, what tastes good, what gives you the texture you want, all that kind of thing. And I'm just going to add this to a small airtight container that I can keep in the fridge, and I'm going to chill it down. After chilling down in the fridge, you can see that this chocolate hazelnut spread is definitely thicker here, and it is better to spread. Let's make some toast. I've just got some nice chocolate chip sourdough here. You can see how well this spreads on. Just like that. I'm going to do this here quickly before the kids get up. See what I'm doing. All right. I can't wait to dig into this. Hey! So, how is it?
Awesome!
Can't win them all. There you have it, a fairly simple recipe to make some chocolate hazelnut spread at home. Pretty easy to make, provided that you have a food processor and a little bit of time so that you can sit there and make it. It also offers a bit of flexibility there in the recipe, depending on how you would like to sweeten it, and if you want to add either some oil or some sort of milk to it as well. And for storage, it's very simple. Keep it in a nice airtight container. If you've gone with the oil in it, it's going to be good for at least a couple of months if you keep it refrigerated, or probably a couple of weeks, just shelf stable on the counter. If you've gone with some sort of milk in it, particularly dairy, I'm sure you're going to reduce that shelf life somewhat. I would for sure refrigerate it and use it up quite quickly, but honestly, it's so delicious it's going to disappear right away. Anyway, now I'm going to take this container, I'm going to go hide somewhere so I can actually have a little taste of it here, and till next time, keep road 11.